Good morning and happy Friday. So what did we do yesterday for my rules? I took 2 losses and then I signed out. I was so tempted to trade more and to sit here in front of the screen more, but I just decided it's not worth it. There are no setups except for write it open. So it's best to use my time wisely and educate myself on my process and what I've been doing right and what I've been doing wrong. So I really feel like I need to revise my rules. Last night I watched Ryan's part of the boot camp where he mentioned making your trading rules. And he says that while we want to copy other people's rules, we are all completely different. And what we have to do is copy them, try them out, revise what works. So find what works for us. This really spoke to me a lot because I find that I'm just trying to do things right and I'm always revising my process to make it better. However, at times when you're always trying to make it better and not just go with what's happening, then you don't really get the chance to try it out. So yesterday during the session before it closed, we took out some lows on ES. Right here. We had already taken out these lows. So look, yeah, you can see the line. So those lows we took on ES, but we had already taken these on NQ a while ago. So pretty bearish SMT there. Which tells us, sorry, bullish SMT, which really explains why we popped up at open from just sweeping that. We got some equal highs here. So a part of Ryan's course, he talks about liquidity, and he says that equal highs is one of the strongest liquidities. So I have it marked out here. It looks better on the 1 hour. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches there, a bunch over there. That's the sweep though. So at least 2 touches here. And then here, this one, that one's really strong, I would imagine, from what he talks about. So here, so this is where I imagine the market's going today. If we're going to hold this momentum, we're going to want to take this liquidity. That's likely what we're moving for. Lots of people's stop losses sitting there. And that's a lot about what he talks about too in his course, is the way that the market moves. So the market moves from liquidity to liquidity, which I've seen with my own eyes, and I figured before I started his course, but now that he tells me, it makes a lot of sense. So the market moves from liquidity to liquidity because all the retail traders leave their stop losses above and below these highs and lows. So if we're super bullish, we're going to take a small form of liquidity to go up, and or an inefficiency. And if we're super bearish, and if we're rangish, then that's when we go from London high to London low. But a bullish one would be taking a pre-market low and then going to that Asia high or previous day high. Right before we signed in, I don't know if you guys, oh yeah, you can see it. There was pretty big liquidity on Bookmap that we were moving towards. And now we're just pumping towards those equal highs. So might get a really nice play right at market open. And yes, oh, there we go. So anyone that shorted that huge block there got wrecked. Look at all this. So what is my goal for today? Still just playing around. Trying to figure out the nuance. So realistically, at this point in my trading, I am so close to profitability. I could be profitable. I could be taking payouts. It's just a couple little small things are really holding me back. So, playing around, figuring out the balance. Because when I watch back all of my videos, look back at all of my trades, my profit target is always too big. And B, I don't take partials and I don't lock in profits. C, I don't keep a consistent sizing. So I can do my stop losses, I can do my analysis, I can find my setups. It's just somewhere in between. Oh, there you go. Perfect. A lot of time left on that candle. So sweep liquidity, move into a higher time frame for a value gap, which I know that if we looked over here, yeah, higher time frame for value gap, inverse on the 1 minute, and then deliver down to here. So that would be just a little less than a 1-to-1, if my eyes are correct. So now this is what Ryan does too. He goes buy side, sell side. So we wait for one of these to be taken. Oh, I have another chance to get in. Oh, I squandered it. I really squandered it. Oh, I don't have my noises on. Yeah, that was a chance. We closed above it on NQ though, but ES, it's pretty nice. Come on, noises, where are you? And I did not look at my NQ book map. Actually, right before I was about to sign in, I go to give my dog his little eardrops, and I see a little butthole going like this. Just over and over and over, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That's absorption virus is basically just saying that we had orders on the map.
And then I noticed that his penis was out, and I had to take coconut oil and I had to fix his penis. It's kind of a little flustered.
Cool, Ash. Glad I got it. And it's recorded, so I'll go back and when I got time, probably not this weekend, a few weekends later, I'll probably go through all the videos, start collecting, making clips and making shorts, and then pushing them out there.
Really big SMT. I must want this. And ES wants to do this. So we'll wait for it to figure itself out. Building orders here. And here.
I would use the bodies.
There's no noises. I just hear Alex's voice. Okay, we can mark out our 5-minute opening range. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's an indication of somebody taking a long position when they're absorbing.
Stop and Q buy.
Perfect.
And inverse when they're selling. Sellers, when the sellers are absorbing, the buyers are taking a short position.
Oh, maybe now is when we go down. We're really coming back to retest that fair value gap. And I don't know if that
I think
is
in
a
the
good
wicks
sign or
area,
not.
you're probably going to want to look at, like, take a look at where they had the volume. And normally, sometimes if you have wicks with the volume profile, that shows that you have an area of a buyer-seller support resistance. So yeah, that's don't forget the wicks, because the wicks, we use those in our gap indicator and MAC indicator. So the wicks help us identify open close gaps. So once we see that there's a gap between the open close, we print that line that goes across on the trading view indicator. So right now it's at 190, 180 on the NQs.
All right, well, if we're not going to have our favorite noises,
Definitely.
then I'm just going to pause that. So we got our NQ book map here. Heat above to here. So just little lines every 10 points from here to 150. So just above our equal highs. There we go. There's our noises. Let's check out what our other time frames look like.
Because as you see, that thing was 162, right? Got a nice, that would have been a nice scalp in trade. But now we're back to like 80, 90 on the NQ market volume imbalance and dropping. So, yeah. There you go. Continuation of that 160. We were above it, and that's pretty much what I would use the gauge in a subchart. Let's make sure when you hit those things or you see those things coming in that you see that that gauge. And also as well, I wish I can have the ES and NQ correlating together, because that might even be an even better tool to see like overall if the whole general market is going in the same direction. That'll be kind of cool to get.
So volume really fizzling out. We're sitting in the millions area, which is a lot more than yesterday. Come on. Buyers come in, sellers step up to meet the buyers. Oh, now we got algos printing here. Here.
Sweep ES buyers.
Oh,
Sweep ES buyers.
and it's gone. It comes and it
Absorption
goes.
ES sellers. Absorption ES
I
sellers.
did it here too. Very weird. Oh, the orders were executed. You can see that here. There were sell orders. There was like, yeah, around 500 sell orders. Let's see, did I chart out any other levels? Oh, I don't know why this did that. This is a 4-hour fair value gap. That's why I didn't. And PS is in a lot different shape. So all right. Okay, NQ just above 150, so 160. That's what Alex was saying. ES building at 675. Right here. Let's see what happens now. BF. Okay, sweep. Let's see.
Iceberg NQ buy. Absorption NQ buyers.
Yeah, just watching. We got some. We're targeting fair value gaps. I don't think we swept liquidity though. I was just looking here. Swept that first one. Well, I think I missed it. I think this was it. We didn't take this though, but we took another one. We took one of the wicks. Well, one of his rules, oh shit. One of his rules is don't short with equal highs above. Oh, we're going to that equal highs. All right, let's try this out. Okay, I'm getting out here. Oh. Is he just gonna sweep that? $25 seconds on this candle. $45. 10 seconds. $5 seconds. We either need to push up or I close this. All right. Four taps. We never inverse this. Now we do. Okay, really glad to close that. We have 5 minutes for value gap there. No. 4 minute. No. 3 minute. No. 1 minute. Yes. Well, we have our 15-minute range now. That's why I reversed. It's okay. Get a pullback. Come back up for those equal highs. Maybe this, no, never took it. It's gonna come down to here.
That's a good example of a negative thing that was short-lived. Would have been a nice scalp trade. As you saw, it went up above 50, continued pushing past
62,
50,
62.
and then eventually faded away from that number. So now we're back. It was a little positive, and it's hovering around that negative number. So it's building right back up. So that's what you would like to see. If it's something that you're like, well, how do I confirm these alerts? There you go.
Oh, sell order's taking that.
And basically what I'm talking about is this subchart. Look in the subchart, it should be 1, 2, 3 from the left. It's MV imbalance. It will say MV imbalance.
So there's an inverse we could have taken.
Would be on the ES chart.
Probably take it down to here.
1, 2, 3. It's still negative. It's above the 50 is over 500 negative. So we might have to go through and make some adjustments.
We don't have an entry though now.
Looks like the settings for 50 might be a little too low on the ES, and this could be just because of the niche, this volume that's we're open into. As you see, anything above 50 printed throughout the day, and or electronic trading hours, extended trading hours, whichever you want to call it. Pre-market. So
we have a 5 minute here.
Cash hours.
I like to trade the 5 minute with the minis though.
It's Friday, so.
When does this 5 minute end? A little more than 2 minutes.
Market wanted to buy.
Yeah, so we basically have two entries there. Doing. Not sure what we did on NQ, but I think it was just this that pushed us. We will sweep some liquidity and come back. Or that, or we're just gonna fall, so let's just wait and see if we can find another trade. I like this one because we tapped into the 5 minute, and and we had that hammer candle. That just seemed like a pretty good testo for me. And too, on ES, we tapped into this. Okay, let's just see what liquidity we take now. Generally, when we have an overextended move like this, we do like to come back and rebalance the range, I've noticed. Do we have any fair value gaps? Yeah, we got 2 here. We got a pretty big one there. We got a 1 hour there. Be a 30-minute here. Sell off, sell off. See there, target hit. And then this will probably be another target.
Iceberg NQ buy. Absorption NQ buyers.
So we left those equal highs. Okay, so now we're taking liquidity. Okay, taking liquidity. NQ left it behind, but ES took this. This was our 9:30 open candle. So let's see what happens now. Still got quite a while left on this candle. We're close below the range. Let's see how our 5-minute looked. Okay, we did inverse it on the 5-minute. No 5-minute on NQ. You know, maybe we want to go back for that gap. It's pretty far. Here, let's draw out the 5-minute. 5 minutes are hard to hold minis, but this is a tiny one actually. I have seen way bigger 5 minutes. So we also swept liquidity. So let's see what happens here.
Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell.
Just a level here on bookmap. Nothing on NQ other than this. So we might come back for that. maybe we just want the gap. Huge. Non-existent. Shown in Q. We got absorption. Absorption of sellers. Not too keen on shorting this with that above. And not too keen on any of these fair value gaps to inverse. This was a move here.
Iceberg NQ buy.
I missed that. I remember I was talking, but I had two chances. I took this one. Oh, this was the one I was talking through. I went long here to that top. Which if I had watched this, I should have just gone no. When we failed. Okay, new 5-minute candle. Holding. Alright, I'm going to... Oh, I really want to go long right now. I don't have an entry model. I don't have anything. I just feel like we're going to go long. So let's just watch this candle. We got 30 seconds on this candle. And if we go long, then... Nothing. Not seeing anything. Okay, we should get a bit of volatility now in 2 minutes. Look at this. It's different.
sound would be
NQ sellers.
the large block order alert on the NQ trader. So if you're looking at time and sales on the ES, this is what it looks like. These blue blocks, anything with the B on it, will trigger that accordion sound, chimes. It's better than what the stock one is built. So it's mostly a trigger on the ES side because ES has bigger blocks that will trade and tend to have meaningful value versus on the NQ, the blocks are less sized. I think the biggest one was at 355 this morning, 120, 124, and we had another one at 350, 349 at 93. So the volume blocks over here on the NQ is not that great. I mean, we could put it for a 50 lot trigger, but as you can see, I think 40 would be a good number. Anything above 40 will trigger a block on the NQ. That might be something I could add.
Okay, so now what do we sweep? What's all this? What about here? Swept all that. New 5 minute. Close below.
Absorption NQ buyers.
Close below. No for buy gaps. Not shorting into VWAP. I've learned that lesson. Okay, take a look at a hard time frame again. 5, 1.
Stop NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers.
Just trend line liquidity. Let's see if we can see what that looks like. Can't. Oh, it was probably here. Go away, you stupid thing. That doesn't look too bad.
All right, the question is, what is right? There's a 130 at the top
absorbed.
and an 8.
See if we got the same on NQ. Oh, that's much nicer. Look at that. So, if we come down and touch VWAP aligned with the trend line, I think we can take a long to here. To here. We'll see.
I'm still trying to find out. Yeah, it is possible that we could change the sounds. Red dings and green dings. The different sounds. I need to make the sound, so just give me a little bit. For now, I'll have to test run some sounds, and I'll post them on the Discord, and you guys can vote on which ones to use. That way everybody has community input and not just one person. Like, hey, this is what you're gonna hear and hear this for the rest of your life, or the rest of your show. But we'll work on it. I'll work on that. That way we can get something that's useful. So that way anybody who's watching this from a distance, or they don't have to have this up in front.
You're so close to view up. Let's just touch view up.
Like, it's a sell in balance. That's a buy in balance. So that way all they gotta do is just listen. They don't have to now they're anytime that thing is,
man, this program has been annoying me.
Squirrel, like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, I think today is supposed to be like the summer solstice, so it's the start of it at least. The longest day of the year for everyone in the northern.
You have a tiny 3-minute there.
Southern hemisphere should be the shortest, or the longest night. Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Oh, we have a 5-minute.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was looking at. I was trying to figure out if I could use like sounds from something that we would recognize.
New candle though.
And that's the first thing that I checked. Is it copyrighted? And yes, sounds are copyrighted. It's even sound effects. Sounds like.
Very good, Smile. Good job sticking to the plan. Alright, now I'll have a much better chance to go long. Or maybe we'll just have to do a short. We'll see. Okay, touch VWAP, form a reversal pattern. And then we'll take it up to here. Come on, I want the
faded.
Okay, forming the reversal pattern. 15 seconds.
150 area.
On
We're
this candle.
like, we're not. Yeah, I don't think we want that anymore. So we'll zoom out a little bit. You see how that played out. ES definitely had some stellars at the 62.50. So wind chimes, tongue balls, and thunderclaps. Yeah.
Algos. There's a lot of seconds left on this candle.
All right, I'm gonna get some coffee in me. Oh, okay, finally, yes. I was trying to figure out what this guy was talking about. Far right chart. Yes. The far right chart on this, on both, should be deltas, yeah. So over here on the far right side, what this is a delta. So it's the cumulative volume, but with deltas. So if I turn that off, you'll see, and if I split it, you'll see it looks similar to what we would see on this chart right here. So someone like Carlos, I think he was a couple of streams ago sometime, he was like, oh, you should use the deltas. The deltas are the best. They work better in the cumulative volume delta and the session volume delta. I totally agree with that, but at the same time, we also need to see where the volume profile is, because that profile helps us identify where the volume is being traded. So, right now POC is sitting right here on NQ. ES, if I compress it, you see it there. There's a POC right there for ES. So we're under POC on ES and above it on the NQ. So highest trade volume was at around the 21,900 on NQ. So what this does is it gives us that delta feature, so that way we can determine like where the buyers and sellers are and how they transacted. So let me flip that the way it was.
Just listening and watching. let's see. 52, 8 seconds. I wish we could listen to the noises.
Floors and lingerie.
Really feel like if we were gonna pump, we would have pumped already. So we've got all this down here. Just what we might want to go for. Down to here and 40. So patience, patience, patience. Let me check on my package. I have a package. Package, 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 package. Okay, let's take that 40 level. Perfect. End of day today. Very happy for that.
Bigger icebergs. That's not enough. Juan Manuel Cañar, not yet. I do have some stuff set up where these things will be available. I just need to take the time to actually assemble everything. I know I did reference a video and chapter did, I think, a few Fridays back.
40.
I need to go back and update that so that way it's searchable again. So I'm gonna go into the channel settings and see if I could put that up front or make that or make a like a short of it or something like that, so that way everybody can find it. But yeah, that is the plan. I've had it before on other channels. The previous one, the Think About Book Map, we did have a whole like tutorial walkthrough. It used to be our commercial, I forgot what they call it, a kite video or something like that is what they call it. And that would attract people to come in and watch the channel. But because of trademark and all that other stuff, I have to make that all over again because I can no longer recover those videos. And I did not save it. I thought, 1,000 videos on YouTube, it's not going anywhere. So yes, I will work on that. It's just a matter of time. So I'm so focused on trying to get the Capticator stuff up and fine-tuning this new market volume that I found some fabulous settings for, that been highly focused on that.
Patience, patience. A little bit of algos there. Just at 45 for 1 second. Left a lot of liquidity behind. Come on, noises.
Iceberg, and then there's sweep.
Oh, I guess Friday is Alex's day to talk. That's okay, Alex. We love you. Come on, 40.
Also for mem.
Just waiting to see if the market offers us anything. Alright. Come on down for 40. Come on down. Come on down.
That's in there. For example, earlier today we had this large order at the open, kind of dimmed everything. The other setting that you could do if you don't have controls on that, you just adjust the setting or zoom in price. So using Y and X will get you out of that area so that way you don't see those large orders and it doesn't throw off the weighting average of the heat map, so that way you can see what's going on in the chart. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in about a few.
Buyers.
Oh, yes, inversed it. Alright, let's try long. So ES inversed it, we're going to take it up to here. Oh, don't tell me this is to go to 40. How good of a fair value gap that is. I guess we'll find out.
Iceberg and Q buy.
Still held. precise. Ooh. Oh, you couldn't. There we go. Alright, let's see. Pump me, daddy. We're gonna take it to here. And then I'm gonna get out. Man, I just want to zoom in. Okay, ready to press the button. Ready. NQ does not want to inverse it. NQ's going down. Oh. That might be my sign to get out.
Iceberg NQ buy. Absorption NQ buyers.
Oh. Now I gotta wait for the close of the candle.
Iceberg NQ buy.
I don't think that was a very high probability fair value gap anyway. Why did I jump in? Because I was curious. We keep projecting here. Come on, candle close. I'm safe until the candle closes. I'm safe until the candle closes. Come on, come on. 48, 50, 54. So, why didn't it work? Well, we kind of formed a fair value gap, chopped around. I don't think that was an A+ entry. This one, oh, it was pretty A+. So was this one. Alright, hit me to 40. And we can catch another one on the way up.
Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell.
Yes, my noises are back.
Iceberg NQ buy.
So close to 40. And what do we have here? Okay, delete that. And delete that. And delete that. And keep our charts pretty clean. Delete that and delete that one. Hi, little baby Odie. Alright, come up, form a huge wick here, and then inverse this one.
Iceberg NQ sell. Absorption NQ sellers.
You would ask me when I did my charting. I was gonna say, I don't think we're coming back for lows. However, I was clearly wrong. So really, we took those equal highs here.
Stop NQ
The
sell.
1 hour equal highs. on ES, but we took 1 on NQ, and that was just enough to sell us off. I guess the tail that we are really gonna dump is that we didn't have a good bounce off VWAP. We really just kind of fizzled out. We just held it. Okay, here.
Sweep NQ sellers.
Sweep NQ sellers. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk away for 5 minutes, and I'll be back, and then I'll see what's happened. So I'm still feeling pretty patient. That second trade was really dumb. Where was it? Whoa, little tiny fair value gap.
Sweep NQ sellers. Absorption NQ buyers.
Okay, we got lots of sellers, buyers being absorbed. Watch us come down for that gap. Where is it? Here. Oh, it is. Is it here? This big? This is the last. Oh, yeah, that's the last candle. Okay, maybe this is the move. Sweep liquidity.
Sweep NQ buyers.
Sweep
Absorption
liquidity.
NQ sellers.
Tap into a higher frame fair value gap. Inverse, and then it's go time. Alright, inverse me, daddy. Let's see. Oh, makes. We got some, not too much time left on that candle. Let's see what the 2 minute looks like. Okay, we could still inverse it on the 2 minute. And if not, then we're going down. 28, so about a minute left. Uncomfortable, baby Odie? I guess this is what they mean when they say trading is boring. I used to find it really exciting. Every candle, every minute, the time went by so fast. The last couple of weeks, it's actually been going by really slow, and I normally never have these thoughts, but I keep thinking of quitting. Like every day, just quit Smile, just quit Smile, just quit Smile. And to me, that signals that I'm so close to making it, because I've never had those thoughts in this whole time that I've been trading, and it's only been recently, so it's probably the self-sabotage coming in, which is why I'm not being super strict, and I'm just playing around with the strategy and seeing what works for me. Watching the course. I'm about 18 videos in now. Yes. Alright, so we did not want to inverse that. Not even on the 2 minute. Alright, walk away for 5 minutes, come back. Walk away for 5 minutes and come back. Alright, my son is up. Have a good week.